we are back. Time for a second game here already. Gambit Esports versus Team Spirit. They were already waiting to go in the lobby. Only waiting for us here. That first game lasted quite a while, not just with the game time, but also with a couple of pauses in between. So good for you guys. Don't have to wait for all that long. And kind of something interesting already. IO making an appearance, making it through the banning stage. So Gambit's already having to take some extra reserve time to think about that.
Radiant team pick.
How to counter the Wisp.
It's going on howdoiplay.com, Tsunami's website, and then say, hey, Wisp, what is that here all about? Well, there's still like the classic counters, of course, all still in the pool. Like Disruptor X would be really good here as well if they want to go for a similar draft.
10 seconds
that
remaining.
we've seen just last game.
5 seconds remaining.
Trying to think. I've run so many dual lanes against Wisp, trying to beat it. It's really hard.
Team pick.
You basically have to, because Wisp is one of these heroes that just wins dual lanes by sustaining his friend and himself, right?
Just cyclone them up in the air. Sounds good to me. Brew Sky is pretty strong lane, but anything with a stun, like +1 stun, let's say they go for like
10
Sand King
seconds
right now
remaining.
or something from Team Spirit, and then a ranged hero like Gyro.
5 seconds remaining.
They could even go Wisp Gyro right now. Strong opening, really good against Brew, especially in the later games, because you just go BKB, you can split shot, and even your call down hurts the fire and the wind pandas. So super strong against him in early game too. In the laning phase, you can rocket him, run him down. If I'm Team Spirit's coach, I'm gonna be mad if they don't pick Gyro.
All right.
Although Gyro can be harassed by Sky, but you have Wisp there.
I feel like Gyro's fallen off in general. Just he was like picked in every single game for a while, but then it's just kind of stopped.
Yeah, he has a lot of problems because he gets countered by a lot of carries. But the thing is, you have Wisp. That's the reason why. And it's a really good matchup versus the Brew. Not too many other things I can think of right now. Bloodseeker is pretty decent against Brew. You can just silence him, harass him easily in lane.
Radiant team
Oh.
back.
You don't have to get mad. It is a gyrocopter after all. Yeah,
I mean, I would have went to their boot camp and I would have been like, "Are you guys even playing Dota?"
Are you kidding me right now?
Just
Come
kidding.
on. So when you go, then you go all out.
I'll be the perfect Russian coaches. Russian or Ukraine.
I wonder how long
10
you'd survive
seconds
there,
remaining.
honestly, with that attitude. But hey, this time you were right,
5 seconds
so I'll give you
remaining.
that point. Gyrocopter making an appearance, and yeah, it is as you said. His weaknesses are very much alleviated by the presence of the IO. Just being able to keep him alive, making sure that he can be in the middle of these team fights where he kind of wants to be, just get the most out of the rocket barrage and just running people down and whatnot. And good enough lane matchup up against the Brewmaster at least. If you can isolate him,
Dire team back.
don't really care as much about the missed chances if you can just zone him out with rocket barrage as well. So now we go into the second banning phase. No Warlock.
No,
Bane.
Warlock. GG. Warlock's really good against Panda too. If you I can't remember now.
10
I
seconds
played
remaining.
like 2 games against Warlock, but I can't remember.
Radiant team back.
Trying to think if the Fatal Bond stay. I know the Fatal Bond stay on your Earth one, I think, before when you cast the ulti. But I'm not sure if it stays on or you can put it on. I think you can put it on the other ones, but you can't put it on the Earth Panda after the split. But I think it stays on before the split. If any of that makes sense. Anyways, it's still banned. We need to
10
talk about it
seconds
anymore.
remaining.
Void is a good ban. It can always put Gyro mid. That's the thing.
5
Why
seconds
Gyro is so
remaining.
popular is because you can put it mid or safe.
Yep.
So they still have to ban out carry or Gambit might still need to ban carries if they need to worry about it. Although probably not. Let's see.
Are there any more offlaners that you need to ban. I mean, a couple of them have taken it out already, and Team Spirit going for this IO gyrocopter. They forgo this traditional, oh yeah, we're going to pick our 4 position, we're going to pick our offlaner in the first phase, neck those away to make sure that we have a strong lane there.
I think the strongest heroes in Dota right now are the support heroes. That's why a lot of them are banned out early, because dual lanes are back. So all the support heroes matter the most now in Dota. If that makes sense. So most teams should prioritize banning support heroes, whether that's the 4 or 5 position, and securing that they can have, good lanes. And I agree with the Bane, the Warlock bans. Beastmaster and Wisp has always been a combo. They could still go back for that if they don't want to do the Wisp gyro in the lane. They can do lots of things. And I think Brew is decent against Beastmaster, but if Beast ever finds Brew, then he can always mana burn him if he does go for that route where you get Necro 3 and then you can't get split off, could die. Spirit Breaker though.
That's an interesting
It's a Wisp counter.
Lion. I was gonna bring up the Windrunner, which is still in the pool somehow. But Lion is a bit of a different route here from Team Spirit as far as supports are concerned. Certainly, I mean, it does give you the control, the lockdown in spades, that the Wisp isn't giving you.
I think Lion's really good because you can hex the Spear Breaker or hex Brew. When he blinks in instantly. Can't purge shit because they're trying to buff Hex for a lot of reasons, because nobody goes Sheepstick anymore and nobody plays Lion or Rasta anymore. So I do like the buffs all the time to this Hex where you can't purge it. Good counter to Brew, as I said before. The split comes off. Good for Spirit Breaker. They needed some kind of stun, and then they also can do the burst damage to Brew before he gets off the split. Lifestealer though counters the Lion so hard.
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx it. But whenever I see a Spirit Breaker, I'm hoping for Lifestealer just because of the Rage Train coming out. Lifestealer passing into Spirit Breaker all of a sudden. See the Space Scout charging at you, Lifestealer pops out, and you're just straight up dead. I love it. I just love it.
10 seconds remaining.
Spirit Breaker is really good versus Wisp too. You can just charge him.
5 seconds.
Like you said, with the Lifestealer inside, most heroes are going to die. They have to kind of go on Wisp, though, else they can always get relocated out. But Lifestealer, he should go for the Armlet Desolator build this game, so potentially they could blow somebody up before the relocate comes out. All right, what do you want to get here? Let's see.
I'm still looking for an offlaner. Like, all the classic ones are banned out to see a lot. There's still heroes like Abba, Underlord, Tidehunter, but not really all that helpful against Brewmaster Lifestealer, I don't think. I wouldn't hate the Abba, just Abba IO. Like, you're never running out of heals.
Maybe they'll go Viper now and then pick their offlane next, or they could just go carry. I don't know. Kind of just want a hero that soaks up damage right now, like a Alk, but I don't think they'll pick Alk. But what's a hero to soak up damage? Centaur is really good, but it gets crapped on in the laning phase.
Radiant team back.
That hero doesn't soak up damage; he steals damage.
Lifestealer, damage stealer.
It's looking like a Razor bottom, like a Razor Lion bottom, and a Gyro mid right now. And they're gonna pick another hero to duel with the Razor, or they could do the Razor Wisp top versus the Lifestealer. Maybe that is what they're thinking. So they'll probably pick a mid hero.
Either way, they have some flexibility still, even if they do pick up a. Especially if they do pick up another hero that can go into all 3 lanes. Like Gambit Esports, even though they have the last pick, they're not necessarily going to know what kind of mid matchup that's going to end up being.
Kind of want to pick a stable hero. They might just pick like Dragon Knight or something.
Oh yeah. Something with a blink.
Is
this a Storm game actually, or Storm, Puck, Quap, these kind of things?
Storm is really bad versus Sky and Spirit Breaker. Storm isn't good versus Lion, but it's good against Wisp. So it could be a good hero, depending on what hero Team Spirit pick last for Gambit.
Yep. Like that's the one thing that I'd be worried about
10
right now.
seconds remaining.
If I'm Spirit, just kind of lack of lockdown. Lion, I mean,
5
if
seconds
he's the only
remaining.
one that can really threaten a Storm with
Dire
a
team
instant
pick.
hex or something like that, it's not really that big of a deal because eventually you'll either be just able to outplay it, just burst down the line before anything else, or you just itemize against it with Lincoln Sphere or something along those lines. And either way, you'd like to have more than one lifestealer carrier. Like right now they have two, with the Brewmaster eventually building Blink, the Spirit Breaker of course just having that inherent charge ability. But the more the merrier, right? Because it also adds to the confusion and adds to that sense of wariness that the other team has to feel. Because you can't just say, oh yeah, that's the lifestealer carry, he probably has it inside of him. You just can't be sure if there's multiple of those.
10 seconds remaining.
Clockwork is interesting. I don't know
5
why they
seconds
do this.
remaining.
But I was gonna say Gambit could easily pick Tinker, but with Clock in the game, probably not anymore.
Yeah. Huh. It's interesting. I mean, if you catch a Brew, he can't get his ultimate off, right?
And Ember Spirit.
Lena.
No.
You
Ah,
may now
thanks.
select your heroes.
Lena. Alright. So it's a bit more standard. Can also serves the same function though. Because you can build like Shadow Blade, Blink Dagger, something along those lines to just sneak in, deliver the lifestealer right on target.
I just had a random hero that came to mind. Ember's really bad versus Razor in lane.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So Lena, kind of obvious there. Good versus the Razor. You can try and stun him as he goes for the link on you and then harass him. So once you get level 2 on Lena, you can harass a bit more. This matchup gets a lot better for Lena once you get like level 3, 4, and 5. You can harass a lot better, but early on, Razor should dominate. So looking forward to seeing how this mid matchup works out. Clock versus Brew. You do not love playing Brew at all right now, but you love playing Lifestealer against Clock. Just rage hit the cog, so there's a lot of counters in this game for both teams, and
Prepare
I'm not
for battle.
sure who came out ahead in the draft because Wisp is broken, but Gambit have the really good core matchups.
It's a tough call to make. I would still like to give the edge to Team Spirit just based on the players.
Yeah, what happened last game?
I don't know. They won against Espada. That's all I know. And what did they pick? They also picked the Lena, Phantom Lancer, Kunkka, Shadow Demon, and Night Stalker. Against Zeus, Axe, Disruptor, Luna, and Windrunner. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Interesting smoke rotation here already from Gambit. And I don't think the Swords
30
scouted that out.
seconds to battle.
Will they be able to catch anybody here though? Doesn't look like it. Already making a way out. So Team Spirit not being caught, but it's fancy positioning. We do see the lanes shift a little bit. Clockwork making his way up top. That's where Lifestealer is right now.
The battle begins.
I guess that's the matchup that you want, right? Lifestealer up against Clockwork in lane.
Yeah.
Afterlife will be happy enough down bottom in the safe lane. He's getting his experience. There's now a smoke from Team Spirit. Very interesting. FNG, maybe
What's
trying to
the
get in position
courier
for courier snipe? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. He's gonna get there too. Oh man. There's 2 mangoes on the courier for Bignum already. Not sure what they're doing there. But for now, Yoku is not flying anything out. Alright, Ryuu. Talk to me about these lanes. A little down bottom, we should still be able to dominate, right?
Yeah, it's not good at all for this Brew facing against the Razor, but at least the Sky is here putting on a lot of pressure. Unfortunately, though, Always the X Factor is bit open, man.
Middle lane. It's a homing missile first. Plenty of right clicks and follow-up stuff from F&G. Going for the body blocks. This might be the first blood. Verify though coming out. It'll just be enough to keep Yoku safe. That was pretty close right there.
Now he's gonna have to bring out some more regen. Unfortunately, Gyro's gonna miss all the CS because not having the correct damage. And
Secured a few here and there. 3 range creeps already stacking up as well, so that'll be all the experience in the world. Should be bringing it up to level 3 alongside the Lina. There we go.
no mana left on
Not quite.
Gyro. Really bad for him now.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Lion's doing. He's not stealing too much experience. He just got level 6 or 2, and then he.
They'll be very fast with those level 6. Yeah.
And then he's just kind of staying out of EXP range now. I think if he was top, he'd probably just feed or just steal EXP, and probably doesn't want to do that.
Standing, not mad at all. What the hell is that anyway? I have no idea who that is actually. But hey. So far so good up there in that lifestealer matchup. Yoku is still being pressured, not by 2 but by 3 heroes now. Vital making rotation. There's a charge in F&G, so they do see it coming. He misses the stun, more TPs in from Bignum. F&G dropped pretty damn low, taking a few tower shots, but already sitting on the zone tier 1, which means that Yum will be unwilling to finish off that charge. Again, Yoku, a lot of pressure on him, but so far he's been surviving.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now, charge Illidan. Bignum doesn't have a lot of mana to work with, but he did pick up these mangoes. This could turn into something, especially knowing that the IO is not quite there just yet, either. Might be able to get close enough, though, to link up with this Illidan friend. Maybe not, though. Good body blocks. There it is. Extra slow, so they still have enough damage. The bash coming in, but there's the heals. With the salve, the follow-up stun from F&G, doing everything to make sure that Illidan can survive, and quick axe from F&G before the charge can connect.
So much action, but no blood. What's going on? I want to say dead people.
Well, the bloodlust cannot be satiated just yet.
Oh, mid lane.
Oh.
You say that.
I say that, G. He's standing around there for a second, and actually was his undoing. That was
what
very
did he
interesting.
do?
You just stood there, which I
Yeah.
think gave Yoku 1 extra right click. Sure, it would have been enough regardless. But hey, that's the first blood right there. Just solo kill at mid. Guess that's how it works. I mean, top lane, no one should die there. Down bottom is the other lane with some sort of kill potential, especially if they can somehow slow down Bignum. So he's pretty damn fast on his feet on this Skywrath. He also has help from Yumi. Yum running in with the Rune of Haste. Also really helpful if you have that max movement speed, if you can find a bash, but not willing to pull the trigger with it. So, who do you think is getting the advantage over these lanes? I mean, right now both carries are kind of farming. It's only really the mid lane that's, I guess, the biggest difference right now.
I'd say right now, Lifestealer's in a good position, so is Razor. So both of the cores are doing really well. Both, and then the clock, he's getting. Meanwhile, Razor should be able to get this kill. Blade of Bignum.
Just pop the shrine, but they're forcing him away from that. You're right, pretty damn fast with the extra movement speed. Meanwhile, mid though, that's a charge coming through. Don't want to find G again. LSA will miss though now. You'll take it up a whole lot of potential from Rocket Barrage. 5 and F and G both rotating in. There'll be more blood for Ryuu.
I love death. No, I'm just kidding. That's the problem, right? When you play with Spear Breaker, you really want to play aggressive, but sometimes you can punish that aggression by just having one rotation, and Wisp is that hero that can always change things around, so they do have level 6 on Yoku right now.
Yep.
So pressure is on the mid lane.
Yeah, and they know too. I mean, right now, Biver is stacking around. He's stacking up some camps as much as he can, so that's good. But yeah, he needs to be here to make sure that G doesn't die now. And that also means that Razor cannot be safe down bottom anymore. Illidan made a rotation up top.
Double damage.
Looking for his lifestealing matchup, and BK4 was finds inside the cogs. The hacks from F and G. Follow-up stun. That's a lot of damage here. Lifesteal does not have the infest available. Stick charges, a couple of right clicks. That's not gonna be enough. Good rotations
It's
there.
so funny too, because he just needed one creep and he would have been level 6. The timings.
It's a sad part about that, but yeah, I mean, it worked out. Like inking a storm in mid pre-level 6, just hit it. Making good use out of that lane rotation that was forced out. Does mean that
Normally,
yeah, he's gonna get level 6 down bottom. Afterlife was also had a bit of free farm, so he has his own level 6 to work with right now. There's mid lane, alright. Not bad, let's say, but not enough to keep him safe. That's what's gonna happen when there's 4 against 1 heroes in mid lane, I guess.
Afterlife is just wrecking right now. I don't understand. How does he have so much CS in this game? He was keeping up with Razor in the lane. I don't understand how. I guess they had some nice... They kept pulling the creeps back, but still, to have this much CS is pretty incredible. The top CS goes to everyone on Gambit right now.
Yeah. That's right now. That's enough to offset the kill advantage that Team Spirit is going for, because kills are not really all that worthwhile early on if it's not on course. Just try and slow them down. But yeah, Gambit, like, you can start making some moves right now as well if you want, right? Afterlife level 7. Looks like that's exactly what they want to do. I'm gonna get a kill. Only F and G up top here, but if there's any more of a reaction, and Afterlife can just easily pop his ultimate. Not needed now, so get the kill. Some damage to the tower, and Team Spirit.
This is really good for Gambit because they wasted TP on Wisp. That means he can't really rotate, and they didn't use Panda Spit, so he still has it for the next team fight. They can put a lot of pressure on this, and they can go mid if they want to.
Hello, G, and goodbye. Just enough. I think he had. I'm not sure if he had raindrops, but that is stick charges. But yeah, the Inusru and LSA combo. Giving you a taste of what's to come once he finishes up a Shadow Blade if he wants to go for it. Right now he has the Force of queued up. Certainly a necessity up against the Clockwork, and also I guess the Razor if he starts stealing your damage.
The only good thing for Team Spirit right now is that their supports are higher level. That's pretty much it right now.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to make a lot of space for them afterwards, but Team Spirit, their supports aren't too high level. They're still 4 and 4. But right now, top tower will be going down for Gambit. And then the stacks are being cleared out for Team Spirit in their jungle.
Took them quite a while and a lot of time of a lot of heroes as well to secure the top tower kills. So at the very least they were able to do a little bit of extra damage to tier 1 bottom, but not actually finishing off that trade is an indication of how the game is going right now. 10 minutes in, nice little lead there, about 2k for Gambit, and now Link Decker already up and running on the Brewmaster. That's the big one. It's such huge timing. Not straight towards it here, no boot upgrades, no anything. So now he's ready to deliver the lifesteal to Illidan as you see him with that charge. The Hiver is there, but this time I don't think it's gonna be enough. Illidan, well, they still force out the Brewmaster split. But they will finish off that kill, and perhaps they'll also find Biver. Yum doesn't have another charge to work with. There's no more help coming. There we go. 2 for the price of nothing. 1 split, I guess. Team Spirit, I mean, can they afford this? Can they afford to just let go of the reins, as it were?
They didn't really have a good laning phase. And this game is kind of all on clock now. Phobos has to basically go around the map getting tons and tons of kills, but it's kind of impossible just because of how well Gambit is playing, and they're splitting up the map really nicely.
Right now they're trying to leverage the Gyrocopter's magic damage with the smoke rotation. And I believe that has been might have been scouted out by this observer up on the high ground, but don't think so. Either way, they only find Hume. That's gonna be alright. Spirit Break is kind of struggling in the level department. This def will not help, but it's rather him than Yoku. And then down bottom. We'll try and farm up.
Radiant's middle tower
The
is
game
under
just
attack.
chucks along. They're able to do some damage to the tier 1 mid. Top lane also. Tilly being pressured. I mean, this lifestealer just completely fine going for that Radiance build. Not feeling the need to just go super single target just yet.
Every time I have a lifesteal on my game and I have a really good game at Brew and they go Radiance, I'm sad. Because Brew Radiance is crazy strong.
Yeah. Well, kind of hard to change habits, I guess.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Good old Oliver build. Alright, they're gonna try again. Another smoke. This one most certainly scouted out, or at least like the movement here towards the ruin spot. So Yoku might still be caught though. Farming the camp. There we go. Thing being dropped, and he is dead. That's certainly more helpful.
Let's do that again.
But I mean, how much is that really worth if they don't get anything else off of that? Just a single kill, sure, you're stopping Pro from farming. But you're not putting on pressure on towers, you're not stopping anyone else really. You're not forcing any rotations.
It's not really a good play. The better play is just to go bottom, kill this tower when Brew Split was down, and just take over the enemy jungle as best they can. The problem right now is they're having a hard time pushing out lanes, and that's Clock has been forced to push the lanes. They've used crap ton of smokes, and they don't really have them in.
Is under attack.
Oh, focus. You really want to go into this? They do. And Spirit Break, alright, he was kind of left to his own devices, splitting away from the rest of his team, so he'll tank that def. Still doing level 3. This tower still under siege, taking some damage. And the missile. Get rid of that before it connects, and there's the Bruised Master coming in. Blink, split, Scout Pitch, ultimate, and just step down Gyrocopter, despite Beaver trying to help him out. The child is coming in on him. He's trying to really, okay, no, that's not gonna happen. So he's down, not mad at all. He barely survives as they drop everything they can on him. Nice little double stun from line. They will secure the kill, but at what cost? Lost a couple of more heroes. Hume, well, he's gonna be fine as Afterlife and Yoku joining in. So Illidan, well, makes himself a double kill, but he's coming back triple kill. Alright, alright. He's keeping them in game right now.
Is under attack.
Yeah, but
Already
if
make
the
these
Rays are
kind of
gonna
statements.
carry this game,
Yeah,
Has fallen.
you're the
It's
expert,
really
you
hard.
tell me.
Top tower is under attack.
that was really good from Illidan, but I don't think it's going to be enough for them to carry the game with it. Although he should have a relatively fast BKB, and that is pretty scary. He should go BKB right after this. Out of his drums, he could go casual Yasha too. Casual Yasha into BKB is okay, but he needs the BKB so he doesn't die to the SB combo.
Yeah.
From like they have too much magic damage on the Gambit side. You have to go
Radiant's
BKB.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yoku catches him out. It's not going Shadowblade just yet, but does have the Force to get in range. You'll step the next on the list, so that'll do the trick just as well. So if he gets called out by that, I mean, we just saw the Gyrocopter being zapped down by that as well as the Mystic Flare.
Radiant's bottom tower
Even with the
has
IO
fallen.
can coming in. We're level 1 overcharge, not sure if that was active, but either way, like IO's not really going to save you from that much burst.
Yeah, and they're also winning. They kind of, I would say they won the team fight because Lifestealer still doesn't have any items. I don't agree with them going this build, Radiance, when you have the Spirit Breaker, and you can do more damage early on with the Armlet Deso, but
Money to burn.
eventually this will pay off maybe. I like the other build more because it gives you more Roche potential, but he can still do a lot more damage AoE in the team fight with the Radiance here.
That's enough money for the relic. It's slightly delayed. I mean, it's crazy. It's only 16 minutes in, but you have these kind of items. You have Blink going into Vlad for Brewmaster. You have Radiance not too far away. Then you look at the Spirit Breaker and... Let's not look at the Spirit Breaker, it's way too sad. It's like the one weakness right now for Gambit, that this guy is not rescaling at all, but for now it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, they really need to get in the lane. Please give this Spirit Breaker some money. What's his net worth?
520. Doesn't even have boots. And look at his queue. He has 3 wards queued up. He knows his role in this game. Yeah. Oh, relocate. Down towards bottom.
Oh, that's
but
a
Afterlife's
huge
already
setup.
out.
That's a huge setup for top. They can
I see it.
potentially turn it
I see
around.
it. Don't want to? Huh. Alright, so it's just some extra farm for G down bottom, I guess.
They don't have, I
pretty
guess,
worth it.
people around. Oops.
I mean, was DK Phobos down there? I think it was Ulden, wasn't it? So there's no way to really set up for the relocate.
This slow part of the game kind of favors Spirit a lot. They can just kind of play around. But without the Wisp relocate, they're kind of feeling scared and they're kind of huddled together. I expect the pressure to be put on soon when Gambit gets the Radiance. They'll go for a smoke play.
We get it. They're probably gonna look for the full set of items, like on all the cores. Yoku with that. Yule's almost completed.
Dyer's
Radiance in the
bottom
next,
tower
what, 500
is
gold
under
away.
attack.
Brewmaster with the Vlads coming out right now, I would imagine. Yep, there it is. So that's the timing that they're looking for. It's still gonna be very strong despite the Razor. Actually, he has almost enough money for the BKB. In fact, he has it right now.
Dyer's
So
middle
is
tower
that
under
timing
attack.
still gonna be good enough for Gambit?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
With the BKB and Razor, and probably not, but they can still blow him up. If the Serial Raker ever charges him and he doesn't get BKB off, then maybe. Or if Lina gets another Invis rune that he got a kill earlier with. But normally Razor should be able to get off his BKB in these team fights, have free reign. Should be able to clean up. Everybody else on Team Spirit, though, is going to have a hard time in team fights. Top lane.
On the lifestealer here, instant hack, but shot coming through. Finger of death here, and it's barely gonna be enough with the call down to get that kill. Yume, let's see, secondary one. Blue Split already committed. They're trying to hunt down FNG and should be able to eventually, but Ulden, he's just speeding in like a race car. It's 3 heroes down on the side of Gambit and Afterlife. Well, it's not one for old either. He might be able to just get the blink out after Brewmaster's ultimate ends. But yeah, he's starting to fight. He has to here on the tower. Now the BKB being used. Defensive 4-staff, not gonna be enough to save him, is it? Only missile on the run. Just like that, 4 heroes go down with that
Radiant's top
quick
tower
burst on the
is under
lifestealer.
attack.
All of a sudden, you're missing so much
Radiant
damage
structures are
in the middle of these team fights. And they're not
Dyer's
even done yet.
top
Hook
tower
shot
is fortified.
onto Hume as he comes back into the fray. A bit of a waste here as he didn't actually follow up until they just run at him, I guess.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah,
is
this
It's interesting.
the Spirit Breaker is just this is not good. I'm not gonna say anything. And then the Lifestealer's build to just go for straight Radiance. It's not needed this game. They need a heavy physical damage dealer because they're gonna go BKB and Razor, BKB and Gyro. You have to know this. So you need to just pound into them with auto attacks.
Yep.
But they're not gonna do that with the Radiance.
It does help somewhat with just spacing the extra plus 6-5 damage, but yeah, you're right. Like, ideally, you start off the fight with blowing up 1 or 2 targets. Still have magic damage to do that with, but it'll only be helpful against supports from now on. Top the zone BKB flying up right now, yeah, there it is.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Good, just recovering on the basis of farm and payroll item timings.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Damn
attack.
it. Don't let's go just yet. Spirit Breaker. So close to level 6. There it is. He got the Tom. Up to level 7. That's a surge. They do scout this out though with the rocket flare.
I've never seen that. 20 minutes level 5.
Radiant's
He's even less net worth than before. Just because buys all the wards. Don't even let him get a freaking boots. There's a charge. Oh, it'll break the smoke. Stun will miss. The hookshot not. DK forwards. I don't want to fight. Switch DP out. Gambit is letting this one get away from them really, really fast.
They had a really good chance, but yeah, it's slipping away. They're gonna have to take this relatively later into the game, it feels like. But even then, that's not good against the gyro and the Razor, because they just they're gonna have this Aegis to work around with. Even if you kill them once, they have the safe and the risk relocate, and they're just gonna farm faster. Because right now, you saw Gambit; they were grouped up. That's because they're scared of the relocate. They can't really afford to split push too much, else they're gonna get caught out.
Yep.
Has been denied.
Get a tower denied. That's nice. Blink forward, instantly BKB from G. Can get away now, then that's good enough.
See, he's kind of scared because he doesn't know if Lina has
Radiant's top tower is under
an
attack.
Invis rune or whatnot, or if they're just getting charged, or. But you kind of have to give. Sometimes you have to put faith in your allies, right? If you're in trouble on the gyro, you can just get relocated and then get saved. But instead, playing it super safe with the BKB. Now they smoked because it's on cooldown, and they might be able to find somebody.
Dropped on the wall to see F and G on the side. Not the ideal target, but the only one they know of, and everyone else, in fact, is way too far away. Afterlife, like a homing beacon, just
Give it to Spirit Breaker.
Yeah.
Please give the kill to Spirit
Yoku
Breakers.
will never have money this game. His stated goal is, or his, I guess implied goal is that he stays below 1k net worth throughout the entire game.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
So far, so good.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, so they don't just get the kill though, they get a couple of towers, so in that sense, certainly worthwhile. But downside is, I mean, Liden's just standing there, but Gyrocopter is still farming. This just
Dire's
also
bottom tower
the
is
advantage
under
that you have with the
attack.
Wisp. You
Dire's
can
bottom
be wherever you
tower
want,
has fallen.
but you're always still ready for a fight if you want to take one.
Radiant's middle tower is
Tower
under
goes
attack.
down though. Careful was running forward. He can still initiate. He was spotted out by this observer bot. Is they grouping up for Roche maybe? Is that a thing they can do? Not really, right? We'll find some kills ideally, but kind of hard without having that extra vision. So we're straight back into this very slow, very calm part of the game. Alright, Ryuu. You still with me?
Nope,
Oh,
dead.
God damn it. I'm dying here, man. Come on. Just tell us the tale of your
Radiant's top
your
tower
JDL
is
games or
under
whatever.
attack.
Say JDL.
Have you played JDL like a while ago? Last season?
No, I didn't.
Was it longer than-
And I
might have been
wish I had a
six.
team. I played WSG and went to China. That was kind of fun.
Oh, nice.
More fun than this game. Wow, slow reaction from
there we
Lion.
go.
Oh, damn.
Stun Lifestealer can actually right click here, had enough damage to finish up the kill. Then now popping the BKB and he's still not out of trouble. Lifestealer will not do anything. Zilden, let's clean up in the back. You
Can't tether. You can't tether.
Oh, the IO! He is
Gyro's
dead!
alone.
This BKB is about to expire, but the stuns, this time finally enough damage. Finish off the Lifestealer. Oh, the stun mistimed! LSA! Not locking down Illidan. Will be able to walk away, and Yoku, well, trying to do what he can. Phobos, he's slowed down. That Brew Split still doing some work, but not feeling comfortable enough to keep chasing up against both of these scores, especially with Io. Back from the dead, they find homing missile on Yoku and get that extra kill. G, an unstoppable spree right now.
Alright, that was a huge misplay from Gambit. Like, they had one person isolated here, and they didn't manage to bring him down. That should have been a free kill.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they missed spells and didn't use Pan to split fast enough. Well, Interesting. Now Team Spirit get a free rush. By the way, this did have his mech finish up for that fight. Lived through it. He couldn't take Gyro back, which I'm pretty sure he would have. So, let's see what's going on here. Going to the bottom lane here. Do. Spear Breaker just farming up his next item.
Afterlife. Speaking of items, FG, guns over Blink Dagger. And stun lockdown up against Afterlife. It's gonna be a
I'm gonna TP if he needs to. Oh, free regen rune. Thank you for that. Regen rune. Nice.
Seems good. So he gets out, Afterlife doesn't. 2 simultaneous gangs against Gambit, so certainly have to feel the pressure. Team Spirit slowly but surely building a lead. And just try to take the better fights. They're gonna looking for them more actively now as well, by the looks of it. It's aggressively farming G. I was like, oh wait, when did you farm an axe? But just the IO. Like, so powerful.
I don't understand why that's not level 20 talent. It's kind of stupid. Should probably like. Wisp has been freaking in every meta for like 6 years now. Why is it still in the freaking meta? Like, please, why?
I don't even
why?
know.
It's so annoying. Hero has been the strongest hero in Dota for 6 years running. Oh. Meanwhile, dead. Don't worry about this dead hero. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's 5 units up top. I just figure, hey, I mean, we have Aegis, we have our BKBs. We have enough of our spells, like, why not go high ground? And, Gambit, they have something to throw at them, but I think I have to throw it right now. That's a Hex now on the Brewmaster! He's dead! Down for the count, no buyback! Yuma just charges into his own demise. 2 buybacks already used here from the supports, but without the Brewmaster, you can't take a fight. Yoku can't even get close for a combo, so lifesteal, and of course his damage is just gonna be drained. Doesn't matter at all. Yum, well, just charging in, just being a distraction if nothing else. Oh no. This game might just be over right now. I mean, maybe not with GG call, because Tier 2s are still spamming, but close enough when it comes on momentum here. Lifesteal's doing what he can, nice little Mystic Flare, but Fiverr completely ignored with backline, just keeping him alive, throwing all of it. 4 heroes down, only Lifestealer staying alive. Not enough mana for Link actually, so Illidan, just have to walk away. Will be successful, gets a bit of extra help from Fiverr. This Brewmaster finally comes back into it. So much devastation in the midst of that.
Good hook from DK Phobos, securing those kills. That was a pretty big misclick though, coming in from Yoku. He force-staffs himself forward instead of Hurricane piking the clock away from him. But so he would have lived, but they would have still lost the racks. Yeah. Too many feeds. Brew. That sometimes happens when a lot of people play. Even when I play, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna initiate, guys. Don't worry about it. Let me blink in. I'm gonna clap and then ulti, but you can't do that when you're playing against a Lion who has a blink dagger. He'll just blink in, instantly hex you, and that's what happens when you play greedy. But Brew's been pretty useless this game after the 15-minute mark, because once they get these BKBs, you can't do anything as the Brew. It just feels really bad.
Could control up the supports, but doesn't really stop the cores from rampaging through.
It doesn't stop the Razor's Eye of the Storm hitting you, the damage coming in from the Gyrocopter, which is insane.
Oh, yeah. Especially with the IO, and they're relocating up top now, looking for another kill. It doesn't matter at all. Don't even need him to put a kill in. Someone else TPing out, or was Lifesteal. Would have been bigger, but they couldn't quite find him inside the trees. But yeah, I mean,
needs some more branches going on. If he had some more GG branches, I'm sure he would die less often.
Oh, Yoku.
0-11 right now. Check out the kills.
Just cut through these rulings too. I was about to say here, they lift up the Razor. They follow up stuns on Lena, finger down. Brewmaster does survive. His Lifestealer walks into a Hex. Resigned to his fate. I mean, what do you even say to this? Gambit just completely fell apart.
This is why you don't run around as like 4 or 5. You have to give your supports levels early on in some farm. Like Spear Breaker needed to go mid or bottom at level 10 or 11. They needed Lightsail to not go this build really bad in this situation or in this game. They needed a huge right-click damage dealer to blow people up with the Spear Breaker charger, the blink in from Brewmaster, and you don't want to go force staff ever on Lena normally. And when you're forced to go these items, you kind of slow down all your timings for Lena. He had to go force, he had to go, then he went for the Yules, and then by time then you have like 900 HP in all these team fights, and you're very squishy. So you don't have a Bloodstone and you don't have a BKB. It's just feels really bad.
Yep.
Overall, Gambit had a really good chance early game, but kind of blew it, unfortunately.
Yep. Didn't make the transition into mid-game work as well as they needed to. So as a result, Team Spirit chalk up another victory for themselves. 2-0 right now after their other win up against Team Espada. So they're looking quite good. And, well, that'll be that for this game. At the very least, it didn't take nearly as long, so we're getting closer to be back on schedule. Not quite.
Woo!
Not quite back there yet. Like half an hour behind still, but we're gonna deal with it. Vega Squadron versus AFK 20 is the next game coming up soon, so stay tuned for that.